From Baltimore's Inner Harbor, we're live from M&T Bank Stadium. Today, a good scrap in the AFC North. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Tyler Loop is out and about ready to send this one away. And we're underway from the bank. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. Jukes away from one. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong. Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Let's see, Kate. Establish a run, cash in on the opening drive, and play from in front. That's the dream scenario to any contest, and runs like that, it gets the ball rolling.
First down throw here by Rodgers. This finds Austin complete. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Ravens get him. Down he goes. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Lamar's going to keep this one. Nearly broke even, but the defenders followed that zone read well, and it's going to cost him about a yard. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
Trying to get it with the option. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
They've got first down here from the 36. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. Jackson, quick pass wide. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
From the pistol, Henry. This run held up after just a couple of yards. That makes it second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. This one left for Lamar. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Cole Holcomb there on the stop.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that, but let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. He's able to hit Flowers, caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Well, when your opponent fails to act, Brock, you want to capitalize, right? And they are moving like a team ready to provide us with our first point to this game.
Yeah, pretty lackluster start there, Kate, from their opponents. You got a golden opportunity to immediately take control as they convert to stay on the field.
Now put one of the tight ends in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. You know, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up the screen for Henry. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Here he goes, 3rd and long. A quick slant here, caught by Andrews. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, When you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Oops, knocks it through. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead, a little early momentum with that field goal.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here comes Williams on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he only gets a couple before going out of bounds, Brock. So 2nd down coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Rodgers going to throw here. 3rd down. No place to go. Ravens take him down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Corliss Waitman on the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. The return begins on their side of midfield. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Ravens offense returning to the field for their 2nd possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. It's the Ravens flying to an early lead. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They have it 2nd and 4. Running once more with Henry. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, They could be the big gains of next week.
One of the tight ends motioning left. Jackson out of the gun on third. To the left side, caught by Andrews. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
First and 10, he keeps it on the option. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. It keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Lamar now from the gun. That pass pulled in by Henry. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
Got his man. Hopkins has it. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They go play fake with Jackson. They drop this one down for Henry. Oh, he lost the football. Oh, and they get it back. The play's still live. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Now we'll get a stoppage for an injured player as they're headed out to check on an injured Steeler. Offense in position now. It's first and goal. Motioning one of the tight ends. They'll run here with Henry. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play first and goal situations too, because a run like that now, well, it leaves that whole playbook wide open for you.
Ball placed at the 7. It's second and goal. Now it's Jackson. Dump off caught by his back. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Now backed up to the 8. Third and goal. Now Jackson, flushed out of the pocket. And he drives this forward to the 6.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
On 4th now, on comes Tyler Luke, gonna try this field goal for the Ravens. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Luke knocks it through, and another field goal makes it 6-0 for him.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. On the return, here's Gainwell. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers from the gun. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be 4th and maybe a yard.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Corliss Waitman out there again to punt this away. And a fair catch made here at the 17. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And Lamar doing what he does oh so often, Brock. Sliding in safe after picking up the 1st.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Give to Henry on the inside handoff. Following the play, we have an injured Steeler. The training staff out there to check on him as we take a pause. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Another run for Henry. Now that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
3rd down, Steelers in the dime. 6 DBs out there. A draw now. This is Henry. And he's going to be stopped well shy of that 1st down marker. Call it a yard. That means 4th down coming up.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Rodgers set to pass. Completed over the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Play fake. Here's Rodgers. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Counterplay here, Warren. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. And it's not just in quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
To throw is Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from M&T Bank Stadium coming up. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. To throw, Rodgers. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, we've got a 1st down here. So after the call, defense in a much different spot. Instead of forcing a 4th down, it's back to 1st. The penalty erases an exciting turnover, makes it 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
A gain of 24 more yards. That's another Steelers.
Now the Ravens are going to use the 1st of their timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone on 1st. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. And they take this in for the score. The Steelers get a late score and tie it before the half. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown. At this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it too.
Kate, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers take the lead on that successful kick. Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. We've set it downs for him from the 31. First down, here's Lamar. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun, Jackson. This one to Andrews outright. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. And gain up. .11 on that play, and that's good for a Ravens first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Tyler Loop out for the Ravens to attempt this field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
This is why those kickers are down there before the game trying those kicks in midfield. Kind of like Hooper shooting that half-court shot before half, because they believe, kickers do, that they're going to get an opportunity to be a difference maker. With that long kick, he certainly was.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback. Here comes the final play of our first half. He'll throw it. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Huard.
Thanks so much, Scott. While we checked in with Scott in Orlando, our two teams here no doubt made some adjustments. It's a close game here as we get ready for our third quarter. Now Boswell on to send this away. Hill now to return it. Escapes the defender. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Raven offense headed out for this first series of the second half. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up, and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Lamar out of the pistol. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Well, what a stretch to begin the game, Brock. That finally his first incompletion. He had been perfect across so many looks before that.
Hard. It's just hard to be perfect with that kind of precision. That was rhythm. It's truly rhythm personified.
Yeah, it makes you marvel at the NFL record, doesn't it? Scott slid this great note from our stats savant, Daniel Kitchen. Phillip Rivers owns that record, Brock. 25 straight completions to begin a game.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Fair catch made, a little beyond the 20-yard line. The Steelers' offense headed out. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. He stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Off play action, here's Rodgers. The throw left side finds Freiermuth. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
Third down, 1 yard to go. They sneak it with Rodgers. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line, no gain.
everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
First down now, ball at the 33. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Rodgers to throw. He throws deep to the left side. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Third and long for him here. It's caught by Wilson. And he's down to almost, nope, they're actually going to give him the 30 here. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On first down, Warren. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Travis Jones, the man in on that tackle.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Warren. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Rodgers going to throw here, third down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Facing fourth down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. Boswell able to knock it through. And they've taken back the lead.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Rasheen Ali on the return. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner, and this gets out to the 30. We see the Ravens making their way out now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Jackson off the play action. Gets it downfield, on target to Flowers. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take the lead on the first play of the drive. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards. And 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they have prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
No stranger to this in his career, Brock. John Harbaugh wants his offense to tack on 2 more. Running the read option. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. Defense perhaps a little too worried about the pass there, partner, and as a result, they're able to run it in for 2.
It really becomes a numbers game down here. And you see a lot of teams employ this, right? If there's numbers there against the pass, we're going to be committed to running. If they stack the box, we got to be willing to throw it. In this case, it was a numbers advantage and the simplest path for 2 points.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. On the return, here's Gainwell. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Rodgers off the play action. He's going to keep it this time.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Left side caught by Metcalf. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
We've set it downs from 37. Trying the left side with Warren. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Chidobe, Awuzie, they're on the tackle.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Now Rodgers. That's who is running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A pickup of 17. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
They toss to Warren, running right. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Rodgers will look to throw. Gets it downfield, on target to Metcalf. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers make it 17 all. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Ali to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now it looks like one of the Ravens is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. One of the tight ends in motion left. Lamar off the play fake. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Jackson keeping it himself. On the move, past the 40. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
When they drop these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Out of the gun, Henry. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Lamar now from the gun. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And they're going to have 1st and goal when we begin our 4th quarter. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's a tie ball game through 3. We're going to see which side separates in the 4th. Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He'll set up the screen for Henry. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. He brings it in. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Jackson has it, 3rd and goal. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
Kicked well, and this is good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here comes Williams on the return. Showing a little burst so far. Dancing past him. And a great run back has the offense just a touch shy of midfield to start this drive. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, so he's just going to hurl this one away.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Rodgers from the gun. Metcalf there to bring it in. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
And the Steelers, 1st down. A gain of 22 yards. 1st down, Steelers.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he cuts it back right. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take a 4th quarter lead. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter, they all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. The Ravens in very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Running once more with Henry. Finds a small seam, that's good for 5. Make it 3rd down.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Lamar back to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th down.
It'd be kind of fun, Kate, to be able to measure these coordinators' blood pressure or temperature, because the 3rd down screen for negative yards, I promise you that coordinator's heated on the sidelines.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers now lead by 10. You gotta love when your special teamers say, take some time off offense. Your presence, no, it's not required at this moment. That guy took care of things himself with an electrifying return.
Yeah, find somebody who doesn't welcome some time off for more, Kate. They're more than happy to chill out on that sideline, offer some extra applause as that return team, well, it did more than its normal job.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers drive their lead to 11.
I've been flying out of town for some peace of mind. It's like always, they just want a piece of mind. I've been focused on the future, never on right now.
So after giving up the punt return score, Brock, let's see if they can answer on a different type of return. Ali to return it. This makes it up to the 25. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be at sky high right now.
First call here coming from the shotgun. From the gun, Jackson. Dumped off to his running back. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
They break the huddle. It's second down now. They send a tight end in motion. Out of of the gun. Here's Jackson. Likely's got it right side. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Steelers in the dime for this third down. Now here's Lamar. Setting up the running back screen. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They've got first down here from the 36. Short side option here. He's running left. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
It's a gain of 18. That's another Baltimore first down.
Well, there's going to be a missed assignment on somebody's grade sheet tomorrow. That read option game with the quarterback, there is always a defender that's responsible for the QB. That time, QB takes advantage.
Play action now with Jackson. Andrews has it, working downfield. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
From the red zone on first. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And the Steelers get the football just short of their 20. That's the interception and return. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. But once you get, you have to finish with points.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. Second down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes second and 2. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. Pop behind the line here on second down, which is only going to make things tougher for this third down coming up.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Baltimore running its offense out now. Their last series sure was looking like points up until that interception, Brock. Hopefully they can move the ball similarly well as they take over here. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. They go play fake with Jackson. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Setting up the screen. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens at a 2-score deficit. Jackson now, third and long. Ooh, sharp running here. He's past the 30. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Lamar throwing again. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Jackson's going to throw again. Throw left side is nabbed by Bateman. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Henry takes it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now within 1 score in the 4th. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So the touchdown was only a part of it, Brock. They're going to go for 2 now and try to make this just a field goal game. Back to throw. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Well, the comeback is proceeding according to plan, Brock. That conversion trims this to a field goal game. Now, get that ball back, baby. Get it back.
And you know that special teams coach is down there telling his guys that. Don't come back to these sidelines. Don't come off this field unless you go get me the ball to give this offense yet another opportunity.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here's Gainwell. He dodged the tackle. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They're headed out now defending not a 2-score lead, just a field goal advantage here. So wondering, Brock, is that going to affect how they approach a chance at closing this one out?
No, I don't think there's any question about it. Yeah, I think if it's a 2-score game, it's run, 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 take every second off and punt that ball. Not now. Now you've got to get to the plays that you trust and believe in the most.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Trying to get outside here with Warren. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. They're going to pass it here. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be third down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
He'll throw it. This is Metcalf working that right side. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second, as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. The Steelers set to punt it. And he's going to do the honors for the fourth time today. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
They'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. Setting up to pass. Flush out now to his left. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Here he is to throw. And he's brought down at the line.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line before the defense swarmed him.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. A tight end in motion now. Desperation time here on 4th. He got a man downfield. It's Bateman. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
46-yard line.
Time not on their side here as they get set for 1st down. No timeouts remaining either. Here he is to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
He was defended by Brandon Echols.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Lamar. Doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
TJ blocked off the coverage.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Looking to throw it. Trying to push deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Baltimore.